Everybody's having a good weekend. Forgot to hop in here real quick and give you all some new information that just kind of came over the wire today. Um, and I'm laughing about it because this is just so comical and ridiculous at this point. But and I'll pop it up here on the screen. So yesterday, or a couple days ago, I talked about these bills that are coming in for retroactive child support. And this is basically from the conception of the mother for those that haven't paid attention or just jumping on or whatever. These are bills uh, that are coming in that are basically going to have fathers without DNA testing. Women can name baby daddy, and hopefully they're going to pick someone that makes a lot of money. But they will get retroactive child support from the moment of conception all the way on. Daddy's on the hook for retro child support, and I talked about how Hughes, and I'll pull this bill up because I want to contrast it here real quick. This is just insane. So anyway, so this bill popped up, and let me open it up here, make it a little bigger here for everybody to read. But what this is doing is, again, at the point of conception, Daddy's on the hook for the retroactive child support, and want to add in here, and that he's going to be required to pay half of the baby daddy diapers. So make sure they're Huggies and Pampers. Reminds me of a Maury Povich show. But he's going to be paying half of the diapers, half car seat, crib, clothing, infant formula, and here's where it gets fun. Lost wages as a result of time spent receiving medical attention during gestation. That would be pregnancy, delivery, and postpartum recovery, which my understanding for a lot of these baby mamas, postpartum recovery is about the next 40 years. So this is what's coming down the pipe right now, and I provide the information. It was what Steve Hughes, Republican Steve Hughes, that introduced this bill. Well, apparently, this other guy, I think Rogers, I don't want to spoil too much of this, but Rogers went, hold my beer. So he has introduced a bill today. Today, it's been introduced. HB 2163, which you can go to Legalscan, whatever, Legiscan, and it's pop in HB 2163. And let's look at that one. Let's go ahead and uncover this one real quick. So it's Rogers that has introduced the bill, and it's basically a retroactive child support on education or acknowledgement of paternity, which, if anyone here is paying attention in Texas, we know what that means. That means baby mama goes, you're the daddy, and there's not a darn thing you can do about it. You can try to get a DNA test, but we already know that Texas has spent millions of dollars ensuring that you're not going to be able to get the DNA test. They routinely throw those out. They do whatever. Hell, we have one guy owes like $80,000 on a kid that the AOG and everybody know. Actually, it's probably a lot more now, but everybody, including the AOG, knows is not the child. But because they played their little, legal ninja moving legal nonsense on him, he's still on the hook to pay for that. And his is just one of the many ones. So they'll probably throw him in jail, all that fun stuff. Well, this joker, Republican, Rogers has done a hold my beer moment. And I haven't even read the entire thing, but it's sneakingly similar to Hughes's one. A lot of the stuff is here, but they made one small little change. That good old word, equitable. All right, boys and girls, equitable. You know what that means? Well, let's just say family courts are courts of equity. And we know how fair those are, don't we? So now we've got a bill that's going to sail right on through. They got to figure out which embarrassment of riches bill they're going to nail everyone on. But this one is to reimburse the child's mother for an equitable portion of, and insert all the other fun stuff. Reasonable and necessary medical expenses incurred by the mother of the child during gestation, delivery, and incurred by the mother during postpartum recovery that are not reimbursed by medical insurance. Costs of the materials purchased by the mother. Now again, it's, here we go. It says diapers, car seat, crib, clothing. I mean, this is kind of a carbon copy of the other one outside of they're using the word equitable, because I'm assuming that the one that Hughes put in was a half. And at least then we can say, I mean, what you could maybe argue it, but no, not for family court, not for these guys. Equitable, which again, family courts are courts of equity, meaning daddy gets nailed hard and it's not fun. Um, so that's what's coming. So anyway, the language is pretty well already or already taken care of in there. They're taking out the whole prenatal, postnatal health care expenses of the mother and the child. Um, so and there's going to find their own ways to do that. So and that one's going to take effect once it gets passed, which we all know either this bill, another one, or the other three or four that are coming down. I mean, these guys have been salivating. Waiting for this to happen. So get ready. Again, I would invite everyone to call your uh, legislative representatives and let them know what you think. Here's, let's see if I can get to the Glenn Rogers. We don't even joke about the follow the money, but he is in District 60. Let's see. And it's funny because I did look at for half a second. So outside of this one, let's see if we have anything that also relates to family law or whatever. So his other bills that he's filed, expressing support for the Electoral College, that one makes sense. Very Republican-y. And I agree with that. As again, we're a republic, not a democracy. Although the way this works, who knows? So you're relating to the list of reading instruments down to maintaining this mission of education. So there's not really anything else in here that has to do with family law or whatever. It's like all of a sudden, bam! I mean, everybody's joining the bandwagon here of nailing dads, and not in a good way. Oh wait, no, we got one here. This was January. Proposing constitutional amendment requiring payment of child support to be eligible to hold. Oh yeah, he's one of the jokers here. This is one. I don't know if it's the same one I talked about earlier in the week, but this is talking about basically if you're delinquent on child support, you can't hold public office, governor, representative, and all that stuff. And we'll just call this one the actually someone Mike Tolbert made a comment here. We'll jump into that one here in a second. But the can't support. Well, we're going to call this the Jeff Younger bill because Jeff Younger went ahead and realizing that Governor Abbott and everybody else, I mean, just everyone all the way down, all the clown shoes all the way down through the process, wasn't going to do anything of any material, whatever, to help the guy. And again, if you don't know who Jeff Younger is, I don't know where you've been. He's the one where the state of Texas, through the Dallas judge, has allowed basically the chemical castration of his, I think now he's 9 or 10, 10-year-old son. Let him go ahead and move to California. They're going to go ahead and do all that fun stuff. And the state of Texas pretty well let it happen, but we're rooting tooting Texans here. But anyway, so he got fed up because nobody, Abbott had 3 special sessions he could have done something in last go around, did absolutely nothing. But he'll, of course, talk about the travesty and all their nonsense, but yet not do anything, pretty much, worthless. So he said, hey, I'm going to go ahead and jump in. His district, he went ahead and put his hat in the ring, been through all kinds of crap. The Republican Party, instead of supporting him, actually supported the other Republican challenger, which I believe, my understanding is that guy had zero, knowledge, ability, whatever. I don't know. I didn't investigate him too much. But they decided, they gave this other guy hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions, whatever, to make sure that Jeff Younger was not going to get down, not going to win and get down to Austin and start shaking things up and getting stuff done for families. So this bill will essentially, because I do believe he is behind on child support because he refuses to pay it because it wants a nutty amount and all kinds of other fun stuff. But they're preventing, this bill is the Jeff Younger bill. It's keeping people like Jeff from saying, hey, we've got to change this system. I'm going to get down there. And this is going to be huge. But again, everyone's letting it happen. So this is where we're at. Let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and pull up Mike's. Let's see. Yeah, equity, the quality of being fair and impartial. I would like to say that that is a true statement, but not in family court. There is nothing equity or equitable about our family courts if you have been around at all and have seen any of the data. It's just a sad state of affairs. Our family courts just they are horrible. I would say especially in Texas, but anyone that's across the country or the world, they're going to know that they're going to say their state or area is the absolute worst. I got nothing. So anyway, well, I just wanted to again kind of jump on here real quick. Actually, I got my new mic. Actually, let me see if I can show it off here real quick. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. It glows, but it's a cool mic. I'm pretty happy with it. It sounds. I'm of course listen to it afterwards. I think it sounds pretty good. Keeps the old voice doing its thing. But just kind of testing it out. I'll of course be on Dad Talk today, tomorrow at 9 a.m. Central. We'll be doing our thing. But I just wanted to jump on here, give everybody a howdy, let everybody know, what's coming down the pipe for them. Let me go back up here so you can kind of see if you want to write down the bill. Actually, I think I put it in the meeting. Sorry, I think I'm at work still. But I think I put it in the whatever thing here. I'm losing my mind. It's 8:15 where I'm at here in Texas. But this is what we got coming down. Filed today. There's already I think 3 or 4. Well, down we got 4 or 5 bills doing this retroactive child support. So it is coming. It will be. I have no doubt in my mind. If you get a chance to watch the video or have you done your own research, you'll know that Harold Dutton Jr. is the head of the JJFI who will be looking at these bills. We've all seen his illustrious career and how he's worked with the Fathers' Rights Movement and other organizations and all those shenanigans. And we've got a bunch of family law attorneys that are going to be on that board. So this should be, I would say it's going to be an interesting one, but it's going to be a rinse and repeat of the last 20 years, the way it stands right now. More games to play, and I've talked a number of times about what those games will be and all that. What it's going to take in order to fix this is for each and every person here to find out who their representative is, find out where they're going to be at, get educated, go out to where these people are at, hosting their little dinners and all that are nonsense, and call them out in a respectful manner, and call them on their nonsense and make them change. That's the only way this is going to change. Hopefully, and I won't say names, but hopefully we've all now realized that being nice to our legislators and kissing their butt and working for them and doing all that got us absolutely nowhere. Hopefully, everyone now understands that. I'm making a dramatic pause so we're all on the same page with that comment. Our legislators are not here to help us. When has the government ever helped us? Never. Looks like Mike. Also, let's see what we got here. So Mike says here, I testified during the 2011. Woo, you've been around. Legislative session in favor of rebuttal presumption of equal parenting bill. That should be the number one priority for this session. Yeah. The thing is, Michael, is that Texas will never pass equal shared parenting. I've been on the record a number of times. I've been told that in order to make our Texas budget, we have to have the Title 40 funding. It's just not going to happen. The millions of dollars that we steal, collect, whatever we want to call it, for the Title 40 funding, the Title 4E funding, all the other ancillary things, the cottage industry, and the fact that our entire legislators are pretty well owned by the family court system. Hell, we have got a lobbying group, the Family Law Foundation, that has, I don't know how much money. I mean, the corruption is ridiculous. There is no chance in hell, and I will eat major crow if I'm wrong, but there is not a chance in hell that equal shared parenting in any way, rebuttable presumption, I gotta say that'll never happen in Texas, especially. I mean, they've looked at what happened to Kentucky, and I'm one of those. I call it like I see it. But Kentucky passed, they passed the equal shared parenting bill a couple years ago. I mean, I'll know this because Ramos kind of made fun of them. When David Bello was down there this last session, and what they saw basically their Title IV D funds. So they're already freaking out now. They're trying to figure out how to get rid of equal shared parenting because they can't make their budget. I mean, that's just the sad truth of it all. I wish it was different. I wish that our legislators and people cared about children, cared about us, but they have demonstrated without a shadow of a doubt that at the very least, they hate dads. They despise us, hate our guts. There's no other way to put that. They obviously could care less about children. They could care less about mothers. They could care less about our communities. They could care less about anything but money. I would love to be proven wrong on this, but the data is pretty clear that with the amount of money that they make off of this and all the other games they play and all the backroom nonsense, all the way up to the governor's office, none of them care. So it is going to take men and women. Oh yeah, I actually on the pissed off parent website. I'm sorry, let me read your comment here. I probably need to put the comments out there. But Mike, Ted Cruz said he would support a repeal of Title IV-D. Let's hold him to his word. Yeah, actually, I have that video on my website on pissedoffparent.com. Very familiar with it. Basically, that's if a bill gets to him. I mean, in that video, he said that if someone presents something to him, that'll happen. No one's going to do this. I mean, Mike, I don't know. I sound like you've been around for a while. I mean, actually longer than I have. I got involved in this about a decade ago, which is crazy. It's been a whole decade since I've been dealing with all this nonsense. But you've been around this long. Let's look at the kind of the realities. So from 2011 to 2023, has really anything got the equal shared parenting piece of it, the child support and all that stuff, has anything really gotten better? When I've pulled the data from the Office of the Attorney General, it's gotten worse. Now it's 90, I'm going to probably get misquote, 96% now unequal shared parenting based on the OAG numbers. I have those on my website as well. I mean, we did get the expanded standard this last session, which actually Ramos did with, but let's be honest, that was look, equal shared parenting, we need to shut these guys down. We'll give them the expanded standard and then tell them to shut up for knows how long. Again, because then they get to keep their the full child support and all those different pieces. They don't lose any money off it. And in order to get expanded standard, you have to go back to court in order to get it. And I'm still seeing a lot of people now getting standard possession orders, not even the expanded standard, even though it's been a law now for a little while, which is weird. But I mean, I like Ted Cruz. I voted for him. I have a sign out front, when he does his thing. I've got zero faith in the Republican Party, and I'm a hardcore conservative. So I've got zero faith in the Republican Party. They are a bunch of liars. And these are my own opinions, not any others areas that are sharing this. This is not theirs. I just think they're all a bunch of clown shoe liars. And I'm not going to mince words about that. Let's see here. Replying to my number. I record that video. Oh, that was you. Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, no, that's cool. A little bit of history there. Yeah, I have it actually on my website. Let's see here. Actually, when I go to my website, let me show you another little section here that may help you. Under legislators, I have, let's see here. Oh, there's the video right there that he'll support repeal of Title IV-D. That was 2000. I think. It was the one that I could look at was 2012. But I also want to kind of let you see something else. This item right here is a text message. It was actually regarding the whole modification. I can't say certain words, or they'll block me. But this was a text message, and see if it sounds familiar. So they call out Texas legislators. They pulled a scam for decades, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so one, they're going to author or co-author a conservative bill that liberal establishment doesn't want, but makes the legislator lose conservative constituents. Sounds about right. Well, probably not anymore at this point. They're going right after us. Two, delay the. Let's look at HB 803 and just kind of lay that over this text. Two, delay the bill in committee until the end of the session. Tell the ward constituents is going through the process and shrug. That sounds very familiar. 3, ensure the bill will be killed in the calendar committee. Ooh, that sounds even more familiar. Even though any Republican on the committee can offer a motion to put any bill to a vote on the floor. The bill magically never gets a vote in the calendar committee. Shocker. 4, tell constituents we ran out of time. Tell them how conservative we are to offer the bill, even though they killed it behind the scenes, which we all know that's exactly what happened. Us morons are satisfied that we tried our best. Then liberal Texas establishment is happy that they block conservative legislation. The establishment rewards the legislator with campaign funds and media attention to stay in office. And then they laugh all the way to the bank. This is the formula. And until I got wind of this or caught this, I was, of course, believing it just like everybody else was. That's not what it is. This is what's going on. Not, they're trying, they're doing this. It's all a game. I mean, hell, the JJFI is comprised of a bunch of family law lawyers that are talking about child support and things that impact their business. And as we know, at the very least from last session, that they are not, everyone's reported on it. So it's not like new information here, but they are not allowed to vote on things that they have a conflict with, which obviously that would be it. But yet they did it, and nothing ever happened to them, and it was allowed to happen, which is kind of how all this stuff works. So at the end of the day, the only thing that's going to change this, our legislators are, I would call them a bunch of clown shoes. My own personal views. The only way this is going to change is if each person gets out there, finds out where their legislators are. Oh, by the way, here's some clown shoes. Another thing, I'm going to go off on a tangent here. So tonight, I found out that a state rep or whoever it was here in Texas, drunk driving. Actually, it was 2 accidents. One was drunk driving, got busted. He's extremely sorry. Nothing's going to happen to him. A lady crashed into the state house or whatever, drunk driving. She's getting like 5 years. DWI arrest recipient here in Victoria, Niave, a couple years ago, smashed into a tree, lied to cops, because it was the other person was driving. That didn't pan out. And as I understand it, she got a $500 fine, whip-de-doo, and had to do some stupid talk or whatever, and nothing ever happened to her. And these are our leaders. What the hell? These are the people we're voting in. These are the people that are making decisions. These are our moral compass people. This is ridiculous. This is just, it is absolutely, it's redonkulous is what it is. And we have got to stop, pandering to these idiots and start holding them accountable. And what that's going to take, though, is a million Texans finally putting on their damn cowboy shoes and hats and going there and saying not going to take it anymore. You find out where these guys are, where they're going to be. You get educated. That's the big one. Get educated. Show up to these events and call them out. I sound like a broken record. Call these people out. You're not their buddies. They work for you, for God's sake. This whole calling them and kissing their butt and I'm going to get on their campaign and all this other nonsense, screw that. Call them out. Hold their feet to the fire and don't put up with their lie. When they lie, okay, I've got some skin in the game. We're going to go, might as well just go way off topic here. So a couple, 6 months ago, I guess it was, we had you're going to get to see all the behind the scenes here. Well, not behind the scenes, but about 6 months ago, we had here's Brian Hughes hates dads. The little clown shoe action for him. About 6 months ago, we had here we go. I won't show the whole thing, but yeah. So we had a vigil for David Henderson that his son was dying of a form of cancer, and the family courts would not allow him to see his son. More games and I was trying to remember the Coons Fuller was involved. Shocker! They're one of the biggest contributors to all these family judge campaigns. So anyway, we had a tribute or a vigil, whatever we want to call it, And one of the guys here, Glenn Terry, actually the gentleman right there, Glenn Terry, everyone should probably know who he is. He's the one that begged the courts and everyone to please let him get his 1-year-old son, because the mother was a whack job and believed in his heart that she was going to kill him. And you know what? No one believed him, because mommy's rule. And that same day, ended up unfortunately the mom deleted the son and herself. And so he's trying to fight and change things. So we're here in Tarrant County, and he's asking the question about custodial interference 2503. And let me just kind of go through that. Whoops. It's Glenn. I did a shortened version of it. Of course, popped up the law there, because invariably every single time, and I've made commercials, I've done everything I possibly can on the 2503 topic, spoon feeding people, and I still get people telling me it's a damn civil matter while they're looking at the damn penal code, which is completely stupid. That's another thing. Get educated, people. Okay, I'm going off on way too many rants here. So let's keep going here. Let's go back there. All right, that's Sheriff Wayborn. He is the Tarrant County Sheriff. And this is the education part. He said, he was asked about 2503, and I got, and you're going to get the political nonsense from these people. That I believe his words were, we enforce all of our laws, yada yada yada, and did that. And then the camera swings over to me. I'm going to put my eyes open there. There we go, because I look stupid with my eyes closed. And so I basically repeated back to him all the actual data out of Tarrant County and Texas, talking about that 2503 is the Diet Coke of all the state penal code, or state jail offenses, or whatever the hell it is. And I then was able, after I knocked him off his little whatever, I then got with him afterwards, a couple days later, and kept pestering, because I wasn't going to let it go, and then pushed, and he says he's going to be making change. Now, I'm about 1 month overdue now from following up with him. I've been a little busy. But he is supposed to, have this issue fixed. He told me his plan, told me how the timeline. I gave him his timeline, and like a good project manager, I'm going to follow up with him, and I'm going to hold his feet to the fire. But the thing is, one person can't do this. You got to be more interested in this stuff than the Grammys and Super Bowls and all this other nonsense. I know, hey, you enjoy football, whatever. Great. You can't ignore this stuff. You need to be sharing this stuff out. You need to be getting involved. This whole letting someone else do it ain't going to cut it anymore. Because here's what's going to happen. All these bills are going to go through, and you and your sons are hosed. That's just, at the end of the day, that's what it is. And if you don't believe that, look at the past. Look at how this is going to end up. The time for sitting on your asses and not doing anything is over. And let me tell you something also. I'm not impacted by this crap anymore. My kids are inoculated. They're not getting married. They're not having kids. So they're smarter than the average bear on that one, thanks to the old man. And I get child support. I'm not part of the system. I don't have the ability to get it turned off because of, the way the OAG works. But I have 100% custody. I receive child support. I should not care one bit about this. But here I am on a Friday night at 8:30 at night talking to you people, researching bills. The least you can do is find out who's in and if you go to pissedoffparent.com, I bottom feed this stuff on the website where you can find out who your legislator is and contact them, find out where they're going to be, and call them to the carpet. It's not that hard, guys. You just got to grow a set and get involved. That's all it is. I'm not asking you to do a rally, because those are pointless. But what we got here? We got a big one. These have no, yeah. Oh, yeah. I won't be able to put the entire note up here, but yeah, they have zero interest in enforcing 2503, because again, that hurts their bread and butter. The baby mamas, they're not going to do this. They will never enforce these things. I mean, every once in a great while they'll do it, but they will not enforce 2503. Hell, in Dallas, I'm gonna sit here and talk about custody interference. I'm gonna go ahead and get into custody interference. And if you go to my site, and again, if you guys don't know this stuff, that's cool. I mean, not knowing it out of the gate, that's why the pissedoffparent.com, it has data that it educates. I mean, and it's all free. I'm not asking for a dime. I will never ask for a dime for anything that I do for you, for anybody. I mean, I am not here to make, oh God, I'm not here to make money. I am here to educate and help out people. That is what I do. I got a full-time job. I got my own thing. I'm not here to make any money or anything off of this stuff. I've spent thousands of dollars on this trying to educate people because I want people to be smart. I want them to learn. So if you don't know, if you're just getting on, or, I had a guy today ask me, what's this 66 cents thing? So, I walked him through it. I got no problem educating and teaching and stuff like that. Because one, he gets educated, he's going to hopefully teach somebody else and not bail like half the 90% of the other people do. But hopefully he's going to then teach other people, because I can't be everywhere. This is where everybody else. This is where we gotta join arms and all get involved and not let this petty nonsense of, well, you're not in my group, you're not sharing my crap, blah blah blah, and all sort of stupid nonsense, bunch of childish crap. I see. I'm obviously off my meds. Anyway, back to the 2503 thing. So, what was I talking? Oh. So I put in here, if you're having your own personal issues with 2503, I put together a 5-step process that you go through, which the first one is remain calm. I talk about, all these different things, but, where was I? Let's never rewind. So 2503, Diet Coke of the whole thing. Dallas, actually, they retracted this thing. I didn't make it clickable. Back in January 2021, they put on there interference with child custody was going to be something that they won't even go out and do a call on. I mean, one of the most violent or potential for violence, not letting me see my kids or something, and they're just basically like, yeah, whatever, we don't care, handle it yourself. Again, this is a jail felony. This is, and all this, and I get it, because I get so many times where people don't know what to do, and it's like it's written. Here's the divorce decree language right here. It says it right there what they're supposed to do and how this is supposed to work. And I know they put together, I think it was Cook even, put together some bill that everyone's going to obey the law, which I find hilarious. I think they're going to start doing that $500 whatever, maybe the money thing, who knows. I don't know, but for people that are on here that, need to get educated or want to learn something, whatever, go to pissedoffparent.com. The crap's all free. Take an hour or two and educate yourselves on what all this stuff is, and then share the stuff, share the information, and it doesn't have to be from Pissed Off Parent. I don't care, whatever page, site, whatever. I could care less or who gets what, where it goes, and all that. I really just don't care. I'm a 50-year-old man. I want to see this crap change before I die. And I want to do whatever I can to make some change here, some positive change for the kids of the future. That's the legacy I want to leave, is that, when I start pushing daisies, I want to know that my kids and your kids and everybody's kids are going to be doing better, because right now, the way the data is looking, we are not looking good in the future. And we've got to get these people up off their dead asses and start getting things done. And that, it's kind of... That's been my thing from the get-go. I mean, I'd much rather be playing, actually, Eric and I are probably going to be playing zombies here in about a half hour. We actually maybe streaming that and having fun, because I know it can't all be anger and boo-hoo and all that other crap. Got to have be able to break it up and have a little bit of fun. But I'd just like to see some movement and some people caring, giving a crap about this stuff. And, for the larger population out there, I have access to all the data behind the scenes, who goes to the website, count, who does this, who searches for, there's all that information's out there. So when I see, people that are hurt by the system, but they're never getting involved and not doing anything, you got no one to blame but yourself. That's just at the end of the day. And if that hurts, well, tough cookies. If you want things to change, you have to throw a shoulder in this. We're men and women. We're adults. We should be getting involved in this crap, not sitting around expecting, mommy and daddy, or expecting our government to actually give a crap about us. It's up to us to get this crap changed. That, at the end of the day, that's it. And if you don't want to, when daddy government tells you what you can and can't do, that sound familiar? You better just enjoy it, because you guys put yourself there. I'm not trying to come down on people more so, or more than what I am, I guess. But these groups collectively have around, I want to say 500,000 followers and people that are somewhat involved. And I see the data behind the scenes, and no one shares this crap. No one talks about it. I mean, everybody should be going out and, conversation starters. I'm not saying be tinfoil hat or, do that weird, talking to yourself on the street crap, although I'm getting to that point. But, Dad Talk Today, here's a Tumblr. Go buy a Tumblr and take it out with you, and then I'll start a conversation. Buy a T-shirt. I think, Americans for Parental Equality sells T-shirts. Get a T-shirt. Do that. Hell, make your own. I mean, I don't know, there's copyright crap on that stuff, but make your own. Start the conversation. When you're out and about, you're at the kids' little league, you're doing this, you're doing that. Do things to start a conversation. And hell, when you show up to the legislative sessions, or you're showing up to their fundraisers, or you're showing up to all these different things, be ready to roll. Have your documentation. Have it all ready to roll. And when Jeff Leach, the father's rights guy, when he's at his next little fundraiser talking about whatever, stand up and go, what the hell? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing a retroactive child support bill? Here's the 5 issues with it. And again, if you don't know what those 5 issues are, throw it in the comments. I will do a show. I will print something, make something. But I'll be damned if I'm going to do all this work and not have people use it. That's the other part. People want me to do all this crap for them, and they don't even use it. I'm not that stupid. I'm stupid. I'm not that dumb. But if you I don't know what to do. I don't know how to approach my legislator. I don't know how to do this. It's easy. You go to their website. You find out. You go to. Actually, I think Pissed Off Parent has that section. How to fix the glitch. Hey, it's how to fix the glitch. Shocker. Let's see. I think I took that part down. Darn it. Yeah, I got tired of no one going there. There should be on my page somewhere. Oh, this is the 93 and 95 plank. I got to update that. I could have swore I had the link for how to find. If not, I can, we can Google it, but you put your address in, it tells you who all your different reps are and stuff like that. Then you go to their page. I think the hot link's on there. Go to their page, get their phone number, get their address, or go to their website, find out, hey, they're having these 10 fundraisers, or they're going to go to these 20 baby kissing events. They're going to go do a ribbon cutting. They're going to do this, or maybe you're locked in. Maybe you have contacts. And another thing too, I hate politicians. I hate them. And I've talked to everyone up to Greg Abbott. Whoop-de-doo. And I'm not saying that to brag of myself. I care less, don't like the guy. But you've got to get involved with it. I have lots of contacts of all these different legislators across, the country, through different involvement that I have. I mean, and I reach out to them when, to discuss or do different things. But hopefully there's someone out of the 600,000 people out here that has access to somebody's contact information or can get involved. I mean, I personally have access to most of Tarrant County. I can get into pretty much any fundraiser or whatever that I want to, just due to some of my connections. I can only stomach so much of it. That's the other half of it. But back to you all. But do some research, get some education if you need it, and then reach out to these legislators. Go to where they're at. Put them in the hot seat. Make them answer for this stuff. Because I don't understand how this guy here, was it Rogers? Let's see what. Oh, let's go to sponsors. So, okay, I'm way off. I am. Yeah, okay. All right. Oh, this is all the stuff from child support. All right, so yeah, I typed in retroactive. All right, I'm off on a whole different tangent here. So I don't understand how a guy who's most of his bills outside of the child support one, how it's like what woke him up one day and made him go, you know what? I am going to write a bill. That's another damn thing. I'm getting way off track here. This is really ticking me off. So you've got one guy did it in the House, one guy did it in the Senate. Two totally different people, different areas, to the best of my knowledge. And they write almost an identical bill, and you don't think this is frickin' WWE wrestling? I mean, come on. I mean, come on, man. I need to get my ice cream cone in. Come on, man. This is some corn pop stuff. What the hell? Actually, that thought just hit me. You've got two separate representatives, two different areas, writing almost the same identical bill. One wrote it and said 50%. That was last month. And then they probably had time to think about it. So then it's, Mean Gene. I'm going to do some WWE stuff here. So Mean Gene had his twin, and Hulk Hogan's going to beat The Undertaker. And they've got to figure out how to do it, and they had to make a change halfway through. I mean, this is all orchestrated theater. You guys have got to understand that. And the only way this is going to change is if 1 million of you guys, Texans, get together, put your boots on, you put your hat on, and start calling these people to the carpet on their nonsense. That is the only way it's going to change. One phone call, pretty please, Mr. Hughes, pretty please, Mr. Leach, pretty please, so-and-so, to change this. They're laughing at everybody. We are a joke. That is where we're at when no one gets involved and no one stands up. And here's the deal. For the folks that are getting involved, like myself, and let's just pick on Jeff Younger. Let's pick on Jeff Younger Day. Outside of essentially having a bill named after him, we're at that one bill, you can't hold office if you hold child support. That is the Jeff Younger bill right there. This guy has been put through hell and back. He got ridiculed, spit on, hit, you name it, at UNT, and had, I think, maybe 5 or 6 of the same old farts that go to everything. I wasn't at that one. I had a different thing I had going on. But you had your Jeff Morgans, I believe Rustin was there, Joe Villarreal, I'm trying to remember some of the names, but you got mostly a bunch of us old farts that are trying to figure all this stuff out. Thank God I'm a tech nerd, and I can do some of this stuff, but you got a bunch of old farts. Where's the young people? The young people that are actually impacted this stuff, are they just too busy on TikTok or the football game? I mean, what the hell's going on here? Why is it a 50-year-oold guy that's not in the system is fighting so hard when people won't get off their couch to make a phone call or to attend an event or talk about it or learn about it? I mean, what is wrong with this picture? But yet we all want to whine about how our schools and how our kids are messed up and how we can't get access. I mean, and again, I've been involved in this for a decade. I've seen the names come and go, and I see people jumping in to the comments on different groups I'm with, and we got to do this, and they're gone like a fart in the wind. It's all about them. If it's not, I mean, I had one where the guy shows up to a meeting and figured out it wasn't about him, and so he left, and he wanted nothing to do with it. I mean, that's a whole other issue. This stuff is bigger than your story. And let me just tell everybody, your story isn't the worst one. The travesty that you experienced while going through family court is a Tuesday. I mean, I've personally heard I don't know how many stories, and they all start out the same way. Mine's the worst one. There's a couple bad ones out there. I think I have my worst one out there. But you coming in, and again, there's groups that you can get if you need some therapy and stuff like that. Actually, Dad Talk Today support groups, a free support group. You can go there. I'm sure there's others out there. It's just the one that comes to mind. You can go there and do your thing with them, and that's all good. Get advice and all that stuff. But when you come into this thing and you think that your story is the most important one, you waste time telling everybody about the intricacies and word vomit of your personal story, you lose everybody. And when it's not about you, you leave or want to fight or whatever. That does nothing for anybody. You're actually a detriment to the entire program. We need the people, and again, I know everyone's been screwed over. I've been screwed over. Everyone's been screwed over. We get it. that, you know, if we just, it's not, if we just hear your story, that's going to change, or talking to the legislators and tell them how you were screwed over in child. They know this. They all know about Title 4D. They all know about all of this stuff. They don't care. They don't care. You know, I mean, the only thing I can think of that would probably be any better, instead of having 100 men go down to Austin, have 100 women go down to Austin. It sucks, but that you know, that may be an idea. But no one cares about your story. That I hate to say it. For the purposes of getting this stuff changed, we've got to put that aside. There's places to talk about it, and we've got to figure out how to make this happen. And that's going to be getting 1 million Texans to get a hold of our legislators and tell them, no, we're going to vote them out if they don't do the right thing. That's what it's going to take. Again, these guys are making millions of dollars off this nonsense. They are not going to change unless they are forced to. What is one way to force them to stop? Losing their jobs, losing all the money that they're making off of all this nonsense. Mean, the only way it's going to change. Kissing their butt. Again, you go to them, are you going to give them $1 million? No, you're not. I mean, probably most of us, they got 2 nickels to rub together. They could care less about you. You are like pond scum to them. They don't care about you. They're making, you know, millions of dollars off of all the back room deals they're doing and all sorts of stuff. I mean, if you don't believe that, how did 2 senators come up with the exact same language for a bill? They're not even related. I mean, come on. You guys gotta just... Oh, you got to see this. As my old high school teacher, Ward, get in the game. Come on, you know. A good teacher, great guy. Liberal as hell, I found out later, but great guy. Anyway, you guys got to get involved. You got to get involved. And that doesn't mean have a rally. That doesn't mean, you know, those kind of things. It means, you know, we've got to get together. We've got to, you know, have a database of something where we can have 1 million Texans say, if you do not do this, we will not vote for you next time, and mean it. That's another thing, and mean it. That is going to be it. They're not. I mean, at HB 803, they had 125 people go down of various stripes. They heard yet again all the data. They heard all the sad stories. They heard all the jabberwocking, crying, and all their stuff, and they heard all that stuff. They didn't care. That's the thing. They didn't care one bit. You guys are nothing. Let's do it. Actually, I saw Mike pop one. Let's see. Mike Hughes is senator for this district. Let's see. I'll connect with Harold Dutton. Mike, I got to tell you, Harold. Well, he's, as you probably know, he is the dude that, or not new, but he's this go around. He's the chair for the JJFI, and he's the guy, as you probably well remember, a couple sessions ago, that he killed the bill because he got a voicemail that was a little concerning to him. That, you know, said I'm gonna come talk to you or deal with you or whatever it was, and he killed a bill. And then there was one before that. You know, and actually I saw a bill that Harold put through, which, you know, I get part of it, and I can, you know, if I can squint my eye, I can kind of see how it's a benefit, but it's basically not making parents in contempt of court if they're in jail for not less than 90 days. So now when parents are thrown in jail for non-payment of child support, they'll make sure it's for 89 days and not 6 months less a day, however many days that is. So, I mean, I could say if it goes anywhere, that's everything. They throw so much crap up against the wall. You know, the ones I can pretty well guarantee that are going to happen are the retroactive child support bill. That one is, I will lay odds and bet money all day long that that one will be going in. No doubt in my mind. The second one will be the lawyer fees when you go through court. So when you go through family court, they're going to establish conservatorship, I can't remember. I think it's conservatorship. It's been a while since I've had to deal with that area of law, to make sure that, you know, you don't to basically handles selling your house and all that other nonsense, make sure you don't sell stuff. They are going to basically grant a judgment for attorney fees to the attorney directly, and the attorney will then be able to execute on the judgment for delinquents or for the court fees and go after you like a creditor will. That'll be interesting because I'm very familiar with creditor law. I used to be a debt collector back in the day, a liquidator. So very familiar, kind of with that. That might get a little interesting. But by the same token, that's I mean, that one's going to go through because it's going to give the power to that whole legal system to basically go after these parents even more, and they'll be able, instead of having like a third party judgment or something like that, they'll be able to have a direct first party judgment and be able to execute the various things there. So yeah, and again, I think what it is based on a report that I read while a lot of this stuff is happening. This is where I get into that whole WWE nonsense. Is that the Title IV-D funding to the states, even though Texas got that $80 million bonus check last go around, overall, for I think all the states, Title IV-D fund collections has been down. And again, I'm just going off the report from the ACF. I think it's on the Facebook page. I had a link to it, but I think over the last few years it's gone down. And of course, since all the states rely so much on that for that money coming in and all the different cottage industries and all that crap, that they're freaking out. So magically, Roe v. Wade gets overturned, or I'm sorry, gets sent back to the states. Oh, shocker! How did that happen? I didn't see that. What was that? Mean Gene? Did Mean Gene, is he have a twin? Joke about that. Hopefully everyone here is old enough for WWE back in the 80s. Actually, down here in Texas, I didn't even live in Texas then, but they had a whatever, and they had I think it was Hulk Hogan and Undertaker. I don't know, remember what it was. I don't know who was doing it, but basically they had Mean Gene's. He's the referee, and he actually in real life had a twin. But the storyline they had is they kidnapped him, got a decoy that was for the bad guy, and then gave him like reconstructive surgery and stuff. And that was the day I remember. I was a kid. I remember that was the day I went, I can't watch this anymore. This is insane. But this nonsense is, I mean, the coincidence that this happens. That, I mean, again, and I've been talking about this stuff for a while. But if you go to, I think it's child support under that button, and down here I'm talking about that for like a decade. Let's see here. For a decade, was there? Yeah, maybe it's. Oh yeah. Oh here. I've had this up for a couple years. Link here. This is back. This one actually is from 2020. So 3 years ago. Well, 2 whatever. 3 years ago, January 31st. Boy, I can't do. So they've been introducing bills for a while to do the Unborn Child Act, but it's been failing for a couple reasons. And then magically, who would have thought, Roe v. Wade gets overturned or sent back to the states where it belongs. I'll be the first to admit that's where it belongs. And boom, all of a sudden, a bunch of bills for us to get that Title IV-D funds. I mean, this is so. I mean, it's so theatrical. It's just insane. And I mean, you honestly, the joke that I use on people, or that I say with people when I start getting flustered, is if you honestly believe all of this is coincidence, you think the stripper likes you at the club. By the way, I've never been to one, so I assume that's how that works. But you really believe that the stripper likes you. I mean, these people don't, just like the stripper, they don't care about you. They just want your money. That's it. And they're going to do whatever they can. They're going to lie to you. How many times, I'm going to throw it out there, and anyone can comment. I don't know who's done this, but how many times have you went to a legislator and started talking to them about Title IV-D or talked about the issues, and they look at you and they go, oh, I did not know that. Bull. They all know it. I have actually our DA hopeful. Well, he's DA now because again, the people of Tarrant County can't vote or can't vote smart anyway. But they lied to me to my face that they knew nothing about custody interference, knew nothing about it. And it's a bald-faced lie because I got evidence that they talked about it before. They knew exactly. These people know all of this stuff. This educating of the legislators, pure nonsense. They all know it. And if you honestly believe it, you think the stripper likes you. That's pretty much all I got. All right. Well, I was gonna make this like a 2-minute thing, but chemicals wrapped around my head. I'm gonna have to call her quits. But hey, guys, get out there, learn this stuff. I mean, if you're looking for some base education, and again, there's no harm. Back in 2013 when I went through this crap, I had no clue. I thought this crap was like Matlock. I'd walk in there, throw my thing down, and everyone would realize my ex was nuts, and I'd get the kids and be done with. Well, as I started figuring out that my attorney was in on it, their attorney's in on it, the judge was in on it, everybody's in on this crap, light bulbs started going off. I mean, I started doing research. I started learning. I'm like, hey, everybody needs to know this crap. So it's all here. You can go here and get all this information. You can get the fast facts, all backed up. All this data is backed up. You can, look and hey, I wonder what the child support statistics are. Boom, click on it. I don't know what the national custody breakdown data is. Click on it. There's other stuff. Oh, click on it. How much it costs. When you talk to those people that go, oh, it doesn't impact me. I don't care. Blah blah blah. You can go here and learn how much. That's 112 billion dollars. Yeah, $112 billion a year taxpayer costs for all of this nonsense. This is what it's costing society every year based on an analysis that was done. You can say, hey, did you know this? If you want to learn about, the Social Security Act, hey, you hear, oh, these guys talk about Title 40. I don't understand what the hell that is. Boom, you can go here, click on it, it takes you right. I mean, you can Google search it, but if you just want it spoon-fed, boom, right there, you click on it. You can learn. Billy Bob here. He really kicked this. He really did a lot. This whole responsibility, these two things here, really put the hurt in the screws. I mean, it was kind of sucking before, but this really did it. And you can read all about why. The 66% breakdown, the 66 cents. You did hear, and again, I'm not throwing smoke at Jeff. I mean, Jeff was on the Tim Pool show like a week ago talking about the fact that Dallas, Judge Mary Brown, the state of Texas, everybody doesn't give a crap about him or his kid, and let him go off to California to get the old castor oil taken care of there. So he was on Tim Pool's show talking about that, and he probably got a little nervous because he knows. I mean, he's done the research. Very very well spoken guy. I mean, but we all get a little goofed up. But he did say misstated that they make that money. It's not how that works. It's basically 66 cents on the amount of money spent in collections, not collected. So and they get other. I mean, anyway, there's all this stuff in there. But if you want to learn about that, and I got a whole Texas section, which I think most of the people that were shared out is in Texas, although it is national. But crap, I mean, you got all this information here. If you want to hey, I wonder what the state, this pissed off parent guy is on here yakking about the state budget and how they go to the state budget, pull up the child support collection numbers, and do the math yourself. If you don't believe me, that's cool. I am perfectly fine being said, oh, this guy's full of crap. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Go out there and prove me wrong. And again, if you do prove me wrong, which I don't think you're going to, nail me on this topic, I'll change. You go, hey, Dwayne, I checked out Texas Penal Code 2503, and actually it doesn't say Texas Penal Code 2503. It's Civil Law 2503. Let's just pretend that, something crazy like that. I'm like, oh, crap. All right, I'll go out there and change it. I'll give you credit for it. I'll change it. I'll do whatever. Because I want factual information out there. If you're wanting to get, free forms on Texas Law Help, boom, there's a link. All this information is out here for you. If you want to read the Texas Family Code, I would ask the family law attorneys and the judges to read it for once. It'd be kind of interesting. But that's all there. What's this? Family code. Boom, it's right there. You can do it. And then non-custodian handbook, one of my favorites, because this is where, they brag about the fact, and it's actually 96 or 94, I cannot remember. They talk about here on page like 10, talk about I think they changed the language around here. But simply put, you're the parent who does not have primary custody of the child. It hits right here. But you're important, because you want to know how you're important? You pay money. That's why you're important. But this is the part I love. They left it in there. But in Texas, about 10% of non-custodial parents are months. It's like fun, really. One, that's wrong. It's actually like less than that. It's 94, 96% that the dads. But they actually decided to put that in there. I just find that kind of hilarious and pisses you off at the same time. But yeah, then you got I got in here the follow the money. I talk about follow the money. If you want to find out who is contributing to your judge's campaign, their re-election campaign, which this is the way it works in Texas, and I've got articles and letters of various judges that have done just that. You can go there and look at it yourself. You can see how. That 803. 2 sessions ago before HB 803, Gina Kalani, she took to task, and I love that lady, took to task this Family Law Foundation idiot. And because he, did his lies and, the stupid stuff that makes you just want to, and she just ripped him a new one. If you get a chance, go to my YouTube channel. I have that section in there. It's hilarious. Whenever I need a good laugh, I will watch it and just laugh until I pee myself. It is that funny. Anyway, so what we find out, actually, let me see if I can, okay. Yeah, a lot of stuff. I've put a lot of work into this, so it'd be kind of awesome if, people could look at it, but hey, whatever. Oh, this is my Mortal Kombat thing with Victoria Neave. It's her getting arrested, and this is the Mortal Kombat thing where she's fighting a tree. I thought that was hilarious. And I got a weird personality and sense of humor, so that's why I do that stuff. But anyway, that's the one of the many out there. Where's the one? Oh, yeah. This is where it starts out, you're a liar. This is the Illinois guys bragging or saying, hey, we're going to lose millions of dollars if we pass 50-50. These are good sound bites. So, yeah, it was right here where Gina Kalani and this, this idiot just rips him a new one. And the reason I brought it up is Rep. Gina Kalani. And again, what's funny, she's a liberal. She is, she and I will disagree on, I don't know how much. A lot of stuff, but on the equal shared parenting, man, she nailed it. And then, here we go. And so, this is TexasTransparency.usa, which is also in there. But we found out that this is this is the Texas Trial Lawyers Association PAC. We know who they are. This is where they donated their money. So they donated $47,000 to. Oh wait, isn't he the chairman? What? No, that's weird. But then they also donated $43,000 to Gina Kalani. Why? Anyway, just coincidence, pure coincidence, just total coincidence. It's weird how that happens. Anyway, it's just crazy stuff. Don't know how a DWI recipient can become a legislator. Maybe we should have that in the bill. Now I'm going off on all these tangents. Maybe we should have, if you have been convicted of actually wasn't even really convicted. She basically got a slap on the wrist. And that's everything. Anyway, I should have a bill that says, hey, if you got a DWI, you can't hold office. That would probably knock her out and a couple others. Be kind of hilarious. But anyway, got all that stuff out here. All right, I've been yakking for an hour. Whew, got the gift of gab. And I get all crazy here. But Mike, I hope you're still on, and I hope you saw that. Connect with Harold Dutton. He's your guy in your area, and maybe ask him a few questions. Why is he getting so much money from the Family Law Foundation? Why is what's going on there? Why did he kill the other bills? Why, all sorts of now. And again, and I got his phone number. I could call him right now if I wanted to. Why? why all this nonsense? Why we got to play these games? Why? I mean, why do we got to play with families? Why do we got to play with kids? I mean, we see the damage. I mean, actually, Eric Carroll today had Dr. Baskerville. He's a multi-author, blah, blah, blah. He's done a lot of stuff. And this guy knows, he's a doctor. He knows his stuff. And he has said that the Office of the Attorney General, in general, not just Texas, but let's just pick on Texas, crooked as can be. The legislators, the judges, the lawyers, everyone involved is beyond corrupt, is horrible, and the damage to our children is going to be felt for generation after generation. I mean, it's almost irreparable, and they don't care. They're doing it all for money. And I believe that's almost. I add a little bit of it, but that was pretty much an exact quote from Dr. Baskerville on today's show on Dad Talk Today. So, I mean, it's not just this old guy, at least this old guy, yakking about it. We got all this data, we got all this information, and at the end of the day, our legislators just don't care. So when you talk to Harold Dutton, and I'll talk to the guy, which I'm sure he doesn't want to talk to me. I could probably, I may give him a call. Who knows? But why? I mean, and you know, I'm tired of the squeaky clean whatever. I mean, that's nonsense. It's like, be real. I mean, I'm originally from Missouri, so that's the show me state. So, you know, I'm a transplant. I've been here for like 22, 23 years. But I consider myself a Texan. But I'm like, show me. Why does everyone have to be full of crap? I mean, when you look at me, this is what you get. You're getting a nerd that loves Transformers and Voltron. I collect them. Anything sci-fi I love. I am a nerd. I love God, Bang Bangs, my spouse, my kids. Not that order. And, I love comic books. I'm a nerd, and I like being a nerd. And when you deal with me, that's what you're going to get. You're not going to get all this nonsense and all this other crap. This is who I am. We need that from our elected officials. They need to be straight shooters. All this behind the scenes, lying here and doing this and saying this. I mean, I'm going to rip on Stephanie Click. The stuff that she did to David Lowe is ridiculous, and she's for the transgender nonsense. And, if you are great, at least admit it. Quit lying about it, and you're getting the kickbacks from Big Pharma, all sorts of stuff. You're willing to lie about David Lowe and stuff like that. There's so much crap. I gotta stop now. But I got one person left on here, so I think I've left everybody behind. But anyway, I hope everybody has a great day. Tomorrow, actually at 9 a.m. Central, I'm going to be on Dad Talk Today. If you want to hear more of my ramblings, I don't even know what Eric and I are going to talk about. But we're going to have a great time and do more stuff, and hopefully we get people jazzed up and excited about this. Again, I recommend, and I don't know if the other organizations that I'm linking to has tumblers and T-shirts. Get involved, get in the conversation, make it happen. That's the only way this stuff's going to change. And I'll be here, fighting with you. Me and Unicron, Megatron, Optimus Prime, and Soundwave. I'll wear the mask. We'll have fun. And it's all good. But anyway, I'm going to shut her down now. Hope everybody has a good rest.